Hello guys, in this video I'll be talking about all the 6 stars that you can get in the early game and possibly in update 1.1 and 1.2 coming right up. So starting from the beginner's pool, you can pull Regulus, Lilia, and Eternity. Two of them are star type, and star type is based on crit damage. Let's look at Regulus. Regulus, a pirate, a DJ, does mental damage and is very based on uh, crit damage. Special effects, basically passive. So if she rests for one turn, didn't do anything for one turn, next turn she gets a buff. Restless Heart. The first attack you do gains 50% bonus crit rate. Regulus is very special because she's one of the characters that you can turn crit rate if it's already maxed out 100% into crit damage. So let's say you have a regular that has 100% crit chance, and then you gain the buff and use, well, one of your attacks. Then you basically get 50% bonus damage, which is very powerful. And she could be paired with other very good star characters, such as Voyager. She is, as you can see, S tier. She's very good in early game. Her second ability, it's not attack, is basically where she's good. So she has this interstellar blessing. Basically, she can attack or like reflect damage based on her attack, true damage to the enemy that attacked her. So if an enemy attacks her and her attack is 1,000 and she has the buff on, she basically deals 1,000 true damage to the enemy back. And she's very powerful as a mental damage uh, debuffer and a support to make sure your main damage dealer doesn't die. And let's finish off with Lilia. She is very good in single target, as you can see here, 700%. What this basically means is 7 times her basic attack, and that's how much damage you deal. That is very crazy. She deals a crazy amount of single target damage and some AoE damage, and she gets a lot of crit chance. Like a lot. As you can see here in her inheritance. Plus 20, plus 10, plus 100. You can basically, if you have a good build, max out her damage in late game, as you can see here. Max out her crit chance and deal a lot of damage. And we'll be talking about Tooth Fairy very soon, since she is update 1.2 character, so you won't be getting that very soon in the early game. Okay, moving on to Plant. Ann Lee. She's basically the all-rounder support and basically in the middle. She's the best support in the game, definitely in the early game, and she can buff her allies for 2 turns and upgrade their spells to higher tiers every 2 turns. As you can see here, very good in early game, very good at her in late game. Basically, you compare her with any DPS, and they will destroy everyone. Very good hero. And Changeling, also in update 1.2, also really powerful. We'll talk about that later. Druvis 3. She is a plant control type, does mental damage. She was thought to be a very bad hero at the start of the game, but now everyone basically believes that she is actually really good. Not the best top tier, but she can definitely be a very good controller in your game. This is why debuff, petrify. Basically, what this does is you can't move, cannot act. This dispels the effect after taking reality damage. Basically, you can't attack after you get hit by these two attacks, which is very powerful. If the enemy is going to use their uh, two of their attacks and you attack her with a petrify, they cannot attack for the turn, which can give time for you to heal and deal damage. So very good controller hero. Thassabi healer will be the first banner that you'll see in the game. 6-star healer. Her heal is very unique because she has this buff called Cure, which heals at the start, at the end of the round after the enemies attack you. So this makes her heals heal more because you heal in the end of the turn. So if you're very low and you want to heal instantly, she cannot do that until she gets inheritance 3, which you can do it with two healing spells, which is an advanced technique. So she was thought to be very bad because she cannot instant heal and you have to wait. But now it's widely believed that she's very good healer because she heals for a lot and she can deal poison damage, which could be paired with the best damage dealer right now in the game, Changeling, which I will talk about later. Moving on to the minerals, we will be starting off with Miss New Babel. She's absolutely trash, I'll tell you this. She's terrible. Although the game is continuously buffing her because she is widely believed that as the trash is 6 stars, you can clearly see here. She has similar effects as uh, the hero I talked about here. They both have the reflect true damage thing, which is decent in some hard levels, but really not that good in early game. And she can taunt, which is also not that useful, and she can buff. She's like a support, but she really doesn't do much in game. Although the game is actually trying to buff this character very hard and try to make it OP, but it's not working out so far. So if you pull this guy, bad luck. Moving on to the beast. So the two characters you get is Centurion. She's like the best DPS in early game. No, not in early game, like throughout the game. She does a lot of damage. Best character if you can get in early game. She will crush through all the early game levels, bosses, everything. Just give her um a physical buffer or debuffer, such as we have here. And she will destroy everyone. She deals a lot of damage. She deals damage based on her skills and moxie. Very good. And medicine pocket is a healer that you can get in early game, and he is decent as a healer. People compare with Thothaby, another healer, and the final result is that Thothaby is a better healer. Although he's an instant heal, his heals are only 80%, and I'm pretty sure that Thothaby's heals are much better. 50% for 2 turns, which is 100%. So Thothaby heals more over time than Medicine Pocket. Although he can deal decent damage in applied days, cannot action, but he still lacks the heal and will be replaced by the best healer so far in the game, or like the best character, Tooth Fairy. So I don't really recommend you pulling Medicine Pocket. Although it says S tier early game and S tier late game, it's not that good. And you can definitely find replacements. A Knight, as you can see here, the only spirit 6-star that you have. And he is decent, I guess. You can see here, A early game, 8 late game. But keep this in mind. He will definitely get buff in the future, since he is the only spirit. So the game will definitely try to add more spirit characters in the future. For example, in the 1.5 update, 1.6 update. And they will pair with a knight very well, and they will definitely be a very good team. So a knight, although it's not that good now, is usable, but will definitely be very good in the future. Plus, he's a spirit, which you won't get countered very easily by others, such as Star, Plant, Beast. So a knight is a solid character that will definitely get buffed in the future. And this character is in 1.4, update 1.4, and hasn't came out even in the China server, so I won't talk about it. Now moving on to the 1.1 characters. The 1.1 characters are Melania and Pickles. Pickles, another all-rounder, possibly a support damage dealer, and his ultimate gives 30% more damage for 2 rounds. So, damage booster, damage support dealer, very, very, very solid character. And also, he's a dog. So, yeah. Millennia. Super, super, super strong damage dealer. One target attack, 650%, gets 1 layer of Skillful Thief. Skillful Thief is the unique buff that she gets, and paired with her first attack, she can steal 1 Moxie from the target and add it to herself. So, when the enemy has 5 Moxie, they will use their ultimate, and she basically steals it away, so they don't do any attack this turn, and she gets 1 extra Moxie, which then she can use her unbelievable ultimate and deal 650 times mental damage. Very, very good character. And she can heal with this skill, which makes her very self-sustainable. Very good DPS. I recommend saving up for her. She is actually very, very good. Despite you see A in early game and A in late game, she is very, very good. Lastly, move to 1.2, Changeling. The best damage dealer in the game right now. Super, super good plant. She should get paired with Sotheby because she has the poison. She can give her poison to Changeling and add debuffs. Basically, Changeling is a poison damage dealer. The more poison on the enemy, she deals more damage, and she's cracked because she already deals enough damage to be the same as other damage dealers, and now she's getting extra buff. Very, very good character. I would recommend definitely saving up for her. And another 1.2 character is Tooth Fairy. What can I say? Best character in the game right now. Best healer, best crit chance, support. Basically, if you want any of your characters to crit, let's say if you main Chancellin or you main Eternity and you want her to crit, let's say she has like a 75% crit chance, and you pair with the Tooth Fairy. She gives debuff Confusion. What Confusion does, crit resist minus 25%. Basically means plus 25 crit chance to when you attack this specific enemy. So the Eternity gets 100% crit chance, which is crazy. So she's great for crit support and raising crit chance for other characters, and she heals for like a lot, as you can see here, 80%, and her heals can crit. I'm telling you, when it crits, it does heal a lot. Okay, so that's it for this video. I won't be talking about the characters in 1.3 updates such as Black Dwarf and or Shannon because they won't be here very soon. And I'll be making a separate video talking about those heroes in the future. And thank you guys for watching.